Undercover cops, what have you done to not blow cover? I was working a deep cover narcotics operation in a city I won't name, but let's just say it had a reputation for chewing up new officers and spitting them out. My assignment was to infiltrate a mid-level crew known for running heroin and counterfeit pills. I had a new name, new tattoos, fake priors, and a whole backstory that I rehearsed more than any actor does lines. But the hardest part wasn't pretending to be a criminal, it was staying one step ahead of guys who could smell a cop from a mile away. One night, I was riding in the back seat with two of them, one quiet, one twitchy, on our way to meet a supplier. The quiet one, Rico, suddenly asked, "So what's your worst charge?" Like a pop quiz, no warning. My mouth went dry. I answered fast, "Second-degree assault. Guy hit my sister." I blacked out. Rico just stared at me. "You did time?" 18 months. Lompoc. That was in the file. He looked at me for another beat, then nodded. But the moment wasn't over. The twitchy one, Kev, leaned over and said, "What's the worst thing you've ever done?" I knew that was the real question. I had to go darker. I said, "I left my cousin in a motel while he OD'd. I just walked out. Figured he'd be fine. He wasn't." Silence. Then Kev offered me a cigarette, and Rico said, "You ain't fake, are you?" I laughed and said, "You think a cop could sleep in that roach-infested trap we were in last night?" They laughed too, and it passed, but it shook me. That moment, the weight of it, how one wrong pause, one blink too long, could have gotten me killed. Another time, they made me shoot a stray dog, just to prove I wasn't soft. I couldn't do it. I fired into the ground and said I missed. Kev laughed and called me a terrible shot, but I saw the look Rico gave me. I thought I was done. The next day, I found a dead rat stuffed in my backpack. Message received. I started carrying myself colder after that, meaner, more distant, not because I wanted to be, but because I had to be. I once helped dig a shallow grave for a rival crew's warning. We didn't bury a body, just left a mannequin wrapped in bloody clothes to send a message. Still, my hands shook for hours after. You don't get to say no without suspicion, so you nod, you help, you survive. People think undercover work is about acting. It's not. It's about erasing yourself just enough that no one sees the badge underneath, and hoping, when the job ends, you remember how to put yourself back together. There was a night I got so drunk with them, I woke up in a stranger's bathtub, my gun missing. I had to play it off like I'd been jumped by a rival crew, and they actually went out looking for revenge. I spent weeks feeling the weight of that lie. At one point, a new guy joined the crew who said he'd done time with my fake cellmate. I panicked. Spent the entire night digging through old files to find matching stories. I ended up tattooing the guy's nickname on my arm to prove our bond. Still have it. I couldn't risk hesitation. Even eating became part of the act. Choking down raw liver during a trust test because I didn't want to look weak. I once helped torch a stolen car in an alley, then spent 3 hours scrubbing soot off my hands in a gas station bathroom, silently apologizing to the badge I'd hidden under my clothes. My real name felt like something I had to mourn. My mother's calls went unanswered for months. Birthdays, anniversaries, I missed them all. I couldn't risk breaking character. Once, I saw a photo of myself on the wall of a convenience store we used as a drop site. The grainy image was from a body cam I didn't know caught me during a raid. That moment nearly unraveled the whole case. I convinced them the guy in the photo was my cousin who'd flipped. That night, I barely slept. When the operation finally ended, I wasn't relieved. I was hollow. Because I'd been someone else for so long, I wasn't sure how to be myself anymore.